We'd like to thank y'all for coming to work at Casa Manana. We're glad to have you here. What we're going to do with this video today is we're going to go over paperwork and how to fill it out. A few things I need you to do before we get started is one is I need you to take all your paperwork out, spread it out so you can find the paper that we're talking about and can fill it out quickly. I need you to make sure that you print everything real clear. It's very difficult to put people into the computer when you can't read the right numbers or the right spellings of the names. Next thing I need you to do is take your driver's license and social security card out of your wallet to help you fill out these forms. If you are missing a form, let me know at the end of this film and I will get the form and I will help you through the form. If you have any questions when the film is over, just make a note of it and we'll discuss it when it's over. Let's get started. Okay, the first piece of paper I need you to pull out is the employment withholding exemption certificate. I need you to take time to write your name, print your name, social security number, your address, city, and state. Now, to fill this out, underneath the blue arrow is a white box. In that white box, you're either going to put a 0, a 1, or a 2. If your parents are claiming you, put a 0. If you are claiming yourself and you don't want to claim yourself now, put a 0 and you can claim 1 at the end of the year. If you want to claim yourself, put 1. If you're claiming you and your spouse, put 2. Remember that the lower number you put, the more they're going to take out, and the less likely you are to have to pay at the end of the year. Now, under number 2, credits. Credits are your children or any person in your household that you are responsible for, excluding your spouse. So say you put 2 for you and your spouse, and the second square, say you have 3 children. You put a 3 there. You carry both those straight down to the box on number 3. The first one should be just the same number you got in the top white box, and the second one should be the number you got in the credits box on number 2. Then date and sign the bottom of the form. Again, if you have any questions when this is over, give me a holler. We'll figure this out. Then we'll go to the next form. The next form is the W-4 form. Take the form out, and you can, the middle part, which says personal allowances worksheet, helps you figure out what number you want to put in number 5. Or I can semi-explain it and you fill it out that way. It's whatever you'd like. Go ahead and fill in your first name, middle initial, last name, social security number, home address, city, state, and zip. Where it says number 3, you need to check one of those boxes, either single, married, or married but withhold at a higher single rate. Number 4 is if your last name differs from that shown on your social security card, you need to check that box there. Now, number 5, again, you can either use the worksheet in the middle, or you can claim whatever you'd like. I always claim 0, and at the end of the year, I claim my family, which they hold at a higher single rate, and that way I'm less likely to have to pay. But if you'd like them to take less out, include your whole family now, or whoever you're claiming. Number 6 is where if you want to put any additional amount of money withheld from your check to go towards taxes. And number 7 is exempt. If you're a student, I think you can claim exempt. You'll need to check with your parents or your CPA and decide what you want to do there. It's entirely up to you. Then on the bottom, I need you to sign and date the form at the bottom. Okay. The next form is your green card. Pull out the green card, and it says at the top, please print clearly. Okay. Print your name, your address, city, state, zip. And we've got 2 spots for phone numbers here. The first one should be the number that we can get in touch with you. It would be your cell phone home phone. Generally, if you put your cell phone first, your home phone second, we'll dial the cell phone first. Put your social security number. Date hired would be today's date. Marital code, either M or S. Married for M is for married, S is for single. Department is going to be the area that you were hired for, whether it be the kitchen, the bus, wait, host, to go, whatever area you were hired for, put there. The number of federal exemptions should match the W-4 form that we just filled out, and line 5 should be the same, has to be the same. And the number of state exemptions is the total of the first form we filled out, the two totals at the bottom, you total them up, and that number needs to match. Date of birth, race, sex, email address. Emergency information needs to be, the first line is the one we put in the computer. So the person you want us to get in touch with first, if something were to happen to you, needs to be their name and their phone number. And then if we can't get in touch with them, we find your green card, we pull it out and call the second name. Okay? And we will move along to the next form. The next form will be the I-9 form. It's written in the top right corner of the form. I need you to print your last name, first name, middle initial, maiden name, address, date of birth, city, state, and zip. I'll give you a few seconds to do that. Okay, then I need you to check one of the boxes in the next area where it says, I attest under penalty of perjury that I am, and check one of the following. And then sign your name. Read, I am aware that federal law prohibits all that good junk. And sign your name. I want you to skip to the lines where the big long blue arrow is pointing to, and I want you to put your driver's license number, make sure it's very clear, on the top line. And on the second line, I want you to put the expiration date on your driver's license. And under list C, you write on list C, you put your social security number there on the top line. If you're using a passport or something of that nature, we'll need to write that down in list A. Otherwise, nothing should be written in list A. Then read the certification, put the date. Okay, and we'll move along. Okay, next form I need you to get out is your new employee enrollment form. At the top where it says client company, we've already typed Casa Manana in there. I need to put your job title, which of course is either wait, kitchen, bus, so forth, and client hire date, which would be today's date. Employee name, put your name, last name, first name, middle initial, social security number, street address, date of birth, city, state, zip, and your home phone number. And under withholdings, federal withholdings, this would be the same number for that you have off your W-4 form. And under the state line would be the totals of the numbers that you have in the bottom of your small state form that we did at the beginning. Any additional amount of dollar amount you want withheld that you put on your W-4 form. If you want more, put the same thing there and check married or single. Okay? Then I need you to take a minute and read the the new employment acknowledgement. Okay? Once you finish reading that, I need you to sign and date the bottom of the form here. Take a few minutes to read that, and then we'll move on from there. The next form is the second page of the new employee enrollment form. And what I'd like you to do is go to the bottom, put your signature, print your name, and put the date. Then I want you to take a few minutes and read the form, and then we'll move on from there. I'm going to give you a few minutes to read this. Okay, I need you to find your 8850 form, and I need you to take time to fill out your name, social security number, street address, city, state, zip, county or parish, be Calcasieu, telephone number, if you are under the age of 40, and your date of birth, month, day, and year. Then read the boxes and check if any pertain to you. Okay? Take a few minutes to go over that. Then I want you to sign and date the bottom of this form. The second page of the 8850 employee form is what I want you to look at now. I want you to go down to where it says date, applicant given information, and put the date that you were given all this information. Then you want the date that you were offered the job. Date was hired, which would be today's date. And then put the date that the manager that hired you told you to be here or start actual work. And then under state and county or parish, put Calcasieu. And then check the box. Check if the individual was not your employee on August 28th of 05. And this is the first time employee has been hired by you since August 28th of 05. And then we take the form from there. The last parts of the 8850 forms only need to be filled out if you checked box number 1 on the first page. If you did not check that box, you're through with your forms. You get your paperwork together and your driver's license, social security card, and bring it to a manager, and they will check your packet, and we'll go from there. Again, if you did check that box, then you need to take time to read through this form and fill everything out. We appreciate you listening to this, and have a great day.